Hi, I'm Justin Brooke, the Traffic Guy Millionaires Recommend, and in this series, I'm going to talk to you about the critical numbers you need to be watching, the critical marketing metrics you need to be following if you're doing paid traffic. Because all too often, I see some people following the wrong numbers that actually look like they're the right numbers, but they're not. So they're just like going down the road, zippity doo dah, thinking everything's all right because some person told them that these numbers are important, but those numbers are actually steering them in the wrong direction. And the numbers I'm talking about are your conversion rate and your click through rate. So many times people are watching those. I would say, 99% of people I see starting out with paid traffic are watching those numbers, thinking that those are the important numbers to be watching and just getting completely steered off course. For example, your click-through rate, if it's really high, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get a really high click-through rate because that's what they want. They want lots of clicks. Well, sometimes having too high of a click-through rate can actually decrease your earnings because the clicks are not the right types of clicks. So that's what I mean by these metrics can steer you in the wrong direction. I've seen squeeze pages and conversion rates do the same thing. People think it's great that they're getting this 60% opt-in rate on their squeeze page, but then they're not getting any sales, or the people are not opening their emails after that. And so you really need to be careful watching your conversion rate and your click-through rate. I call those fluff metrics, but that's probably a little bit too mean. That they don't really deserve that, as me being a little bit of a traffic bully. And what I mean by that, though, is that those metrics are really an evidence of the hard metrics that I'm going to be talking to you about today, the profit-driven metrics, because you can't go to the bank and deposit a 4% click-through rate. You can't go to the bank and deposit a 60% conversion rate on your squeeze page. You can go to the bank and deposit $3,000. And the metrics that I'm talking to you about in this series are your hard metrics, your profit-driven metrics. And those other metrics, the CTR and your conversion rate, those things are predictors and evidence, signs of why your hard metrics may be working well or not working well. So they are still important to know about, but you want to make sure you're driving your campaigns off of these numbers, because anybody who's at a high level, and I'm talking about $1,000 per day or more in paid traffic, these are the metrics that are driving their campaigns, and these are the metrics that have helped them get to those higher levels. So follow these metrics that I'm going to be talking to you about in this series, and you will see more success in your campaigns. The number one metric, the first one, is one you've probably already heard of. You may even already know how to track this one. It's your EPC. And if you could get one thing out of this whole series, it's that the name of the game, really, it all comes down to CPC versus EPC. That is your cost per click versus your earnings per click. And really, the goal, or the game, if there is a game, is to keep your CPC down and increase your EPC. And that gap in the middle, that's your profit. That's how you make money. Bringing the CPC down, your EPC up. That's how you make money with paid traffic. And if you can do that, then you can buy an unlimited amount of traffic. You can buy more traffic than all your competitors. You can spend more. You can buy better traffic from them. That's how you win. So let's talk about how you would calculate your EPC. My wife taught me a very cool little trick. I'm not the greatest at math formulas. I took algebra 4 times before I finally passed it. Now all of a sudden I'm dealing with numbers for my career. That's crazy, right? Ironic. But anyways, my wife taught me a cool little trick. That word per, earnings per click, that's a division sign. So if you want to, that'll help you remember the formulas going forward. So the formula for finding your earnings per click is your earnings per divided by your clicks. So if you had 1,000 clicks, or if you made $1,000 and you had 1,000 clicks, then that would be a $1 per click EPC. If you had 1,000 clicks or $1,000 and 2,000 clicks, that would be a 50-cent EPC, and that's how you calculate that number. So In the next video, we're going to talk about dollars per lead, and we're going to get a little bit more advanced in the metrics. There's some other metrics that I've seen be even more important than just your EPC. But I mean, really, if you were just watching your CPC versus your EPC, you would be doing better than 95%, probably 99% of other paid traffic people out there. Watch the next video, though, so you can learn about dollar per lead. Thanks for watching my video, and if you like that, I've got a free 1-hour mini course for you just over here to the left, and what it'll teach you is how to create a multi-channel marketing strategy, which is just fancy for saying how to get a lot of clicks from a lot of different places. So if you want to learn how to get 1 million clicks per year to your website or more, just click on the image to the left. Are we recording? Thanks for my... Okay, so where should I get it up? Blah, 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 blah.